1965. What if I told you that a single penny, a simple, ordinary-looking coin from 1965, could be worth more than a brand new car today? And the best part? It might already be sitting quietly in your coin jar, waiting for someone with a sharp eye to notice it. This isn't just any penny, it's the mysterious 1965 no-mint mark Monticello Thomas Lincoln penny, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors across America, and it's turning ordinary folks into lucky treasure hunters overnight. Picture this: a retired teacher from Indiana, sorting through a small box of coins her late husband had saved over the years. Among dozens of old copper pennies, one caught her attention, a 1965 penny without a mint mark, with the faintest impression of Monticello where Lincoln should have been. At first, she thought it was just worn down with age. But when she took it to a local coin show, a dealer's jaw dropped. What she held wasn't an ordinary cent, it was one of the rarest transitional error coins ever to slip through the U.S. Mint. A coin that wasn't supposed to exist, yet somehow did. You see, 1965 was a turning point in U.S. coinage history. The Mint had just stopped using silver in many coins and shifted production methods, resulting in several unusual minting experiments and transitional errors. During this period, a small batch of test strikes accidentally mixed designs, and that's where the legend of the 1965 no-mint mark Monticello Thomas Lincoln penny begins. It carries Lincoln's identity in spirit but features traces of the Monticello design from the Jefferson nickel, making it one of the most astonishing minting mysteries ever recorded. Collectors worldwide are paying thousands, even tens of thousands, for confirmed examples, depending on their condition and clarity of detail. Sadly, many of these coins have slipped through unnoticed. They've been spent at gas stations, dropped into vending machines, or tossed into piggy banks, their true value forgotten. One collector recently admitted that he had found one years ago but gave it away to a friend's child as just a shiny old penny. Today, that same coin could have paid off his car loan. Every time I hear stories like that, I can't help but think, how many more are still out there, waiting to be found? So, when you're looking through your old coins, keep your eyes open for a 1965 penny without any mint mark. Look closely, the details are subtle but unmistakable. The coin should feature traces of the Monticello building faintly blended into the design, with the Lincoln profile slightly misaligned. The color often appears richer than typical modern cents, and under magnification, you might notice ghost-like impressions from the earlier nickel design beneath the surface. If you believe you found one, don't second-guess yourself. Reach out to trusted grading companies like PCGS or NGC, or visit a certified coin dealer in your area. These professionals can authenticate your find, preserve it properly, and even help you list it for auction, where the demand for these rare transitional errors is soaring. The truth is, treasures like this aren't locked away in museums, they're hiding in plain sight, tucked away in drawers, jars, and old wallets across America. Maybe your father saved one by accident. Maybe it's been in your family all along. That little copper coin from 1965 could be a piece of American history worth far more than you ever imagined. So go take another look, because that old jar in your kitchen might just hold your future. And if you love stories like this, subscribe to Timeless Treasures, where we help you uncover history, one coin at a time. 1967. What if I told you that a single penny from 1967, a coin so ordinary it probably passed through your hands decades ago, could now be worth thousands of dollars? Yes, the same copper-colored penny that jingled in your pocket as a kid, the one that bought candy or a soda at the corner store, could be hiding a small fortune in plain sight. And what makes it even more mysterious? It bears no mint mark at all, yet it's one of the most talked about coins in American history, the 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Back in 1967, America was alive with change. The Beatles ruled the radio, the space race was heating up, and a brand new generation was dreaming big. That same year, the U.S. Mint made a bold decision, to remove mint marks from all coins. It was meant to discourage collectors from hoarding coins during a national coin shortage. But what no one expected was that this would make certain 1967 pennies, especially those with striking differences in their details, some of the most desirable coins in today's market. Imagine this: an elderly man in Illinois once found a flawless 1967 Lincoln penny in an old cigar box he'd kept since his youth. He thought it was just sentimental value, until a coin expert told him that one like it had recently sold for thousands of dollars. So what makes the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable? First, it was struck during a year of transition, when the mint was experimenting with planchet compositions, dyes, and striking pressures. Some of these pennies show unusual doubling on "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," while others were struck on bronze planchets with extraordinary luster and perfection. Flawless examples graded by PCGS or NGC can fetch impressive prices, especially those with sharp details, red luster, and no signs of wear. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of living American history, and collectors today are eager to add these rarities to their collections. Over the years, countless people spent their 1967 pennies without realizing their hidden potential. Many were tossed into piggy banks, forgotten in drawers, or rolled up and cashed out at the bank. Imagine finding out that a coin you once spent on a stick of gum could now help pay your mortgage or fund your grandchild's college tuition. That's why every day, more collectors are turning back to their old jars and coin albums, hoping they didn't let their treasure slip away unnoticed. When you pick up a 1967 Lincoln penny, notice its smooth, rich copper tone and the absence of any mint mark beneath the date. Look closely under good light. If the letters or date appear slightly doubled or the strike seems unusually sharp and crisp, you might just be holding a rare variety. Even lightly circulated examples with bright red luster are in growing demand among collectors, as pristine coins from this era are becoming harder and harder to find. If you think you've got one worth checking, it's easy to verify. Reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can professionally authenticate and grade your coin. Many collectors also visit trusted local coin dealers who specialize in Lincoln cents. A quick inspection could confirm whether you're holding something truly extraordinary. So before you dismiss that old coffee can full of pennies in your attic, take another look. That humble 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be more than just change. It could be a small piece of American history, shining quietly through time, waiting for someone like you to rediscover it. Because sometimes, the greatest treasures aren't buried deep underground, they're sitting right in front of us, in plain sight. Subscribe to Timeless Treasures, where every coin tells a story, and every story reminds us that history is never far from home. 1968. What if I told you that a simple, worn-out penny from 1968, one that might be sitting right now in your old change jar, could be worth thousands of dollars today? Imagine finding a coin so special, so mysterious, that collectors across America are desperately searching for it. This isn't just any ordinary penny, this is the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a hidden piece of American history that's turning ordinary folks into lucky treasure hunters overnight. Picture this: it's a quiet morning in a small Midwest town. A retired schoolteacher named George is sorting through an old coffee tin filled with pennies he's been collecting since his youth. As he wipes the dust from one coin, he notices something odd: there's no mint mark beneath the date. Thinking nothing of it, he almost tosses it aside. But curiosity makes him look closer. What he holds is a rare 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the most sought-after varieties among collectors. That little coin, the one he'd almost spent decades ago, ends up being worth a small fortune. It's stories like this that remind us that sometimes, history hides in plain sight, right in the palm of your hand. Now, what makes this coin so valuable? In 1968, pennies were supposed to bear mint marks like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But a small batch slipped through the presses in Philadelphia without any mint mark at all. This accidental omission created one of the most intriguing minting mysteries in U.S. coinage. These coins are not only rare, they're highly desirable for their perfect blend of beauty, age, and error. Collectors will pay top dollar for a verified, well-preserved 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, especially those with sharp details and that unmistakable absence of a mint mark. Over the years, countless people have spent these rare pennies without even realizing what they had. Some were handed out as change at grocery stores, dropped in donation jars, or left behind in old coin rolls. Every time that happens, another piece of hidden treasure slips back into circulation, waiting for someone with a keen eye and a bit of luck to discover it. Don't let that opportunity pass you by. This could be your chance to find a piece of American minting history before it disappears forever. If you've got a few old pennies lying around, take a moment to look closely at them. Focus on the date, 1968, and check carefully beneath the numbers. If you see no mint mark at all, you might be holding something incredibly valuable. Examine the color and shine of the copper, the clarity of Lincoln's portrait, and the sharpness of the lettering. Those little details can make the difference between an ordinary penny and one that collectors are willing to pay thousands for. Be sure of what you found. It's always wise to have your coin verified by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts can authenticate and grade your penny, giving it an official value recognized by collectors and investors worldwide. And once it's graded, your coin's true worth could surprise you, often reaching into the thousands depending on its condition and rarity. So before you dismiss that old jar of coins sitting in your kitchen drawer, take another look. That simple penny you've held onto for years might just hold your future, or even a small fortune. Each coin tells a story, and maybe, just maybe, your story is waiting to be discovered. Subscribe to Timeless Treasures, where we help you uncover history hiding in plain sight. Because sometimes, the greatest treasures aren't buried deep underground, they're resting quietly in the palm of your hand. 1970. What if I told you that a single penny, one you might have spent on candy back in 1970, could be worth thousands of dollars today? Imagine reaching into an old jar, pulling out a dull brown cent, and realizing it could rewrite your story. The 1970 Lincoln Penny, a simple coin with a secret most people have overlooked for over half a century. It was a warm summer afternoon in Denver, 1970. The U.S. Mint was in full swing, producing millions of Lincoln pennies featuring the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln and the beautiful image of the Monticello, but something unusual happened that year. A small batch of these coins left the mint bearing tiny details that no one noticed, errors so subtle they escaped detection for decades. Years later, a retired man in Kansas was sorting through his late father's coin collection when he spotted something odd, a 1970 Lincoln penny with a Monticello reverse, a design that didn't belong on that coin. He took it to a coin expert, and the room went silent. That little coin, struck by mistake, had combined two different coin designs, and it was worth thousands. The 1970 Lincoln Monticello penny is one of the most fascinating mint errors in modern American history. Normally, every 1970 penny features the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but in this rare case, a misalignment at the Denver Mint caused a Jefferson nickel reverse die, featuring Monticello, to be struck on a 1-cent planchet. That's right, a Jefferson nickel design on a Lincoln penny blank. This blend of two American icons, Lincoln and Jefferson, makes this coin one of the most intriguing and valuable minting mistakes ever produced. Collectors have paid thousands for verified examples, and its rarity has made it a dream find for those who still believe in the magic of pocket change. Imagine how many people might have held one of these coins in their hands without realizing it. Maybe it was spent at a gas station, dropped in a wishing fountain, or tossed into a drawer with the rest of the loose change. So many treasures have slipped away simply because people stopped looking closely. Don't let that happen to you. Every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth far more than their face value. If you happen to come across a 1970 penny with the Denver Mint mark just below the date, take a close look at the back. If the reverse doesn't show the Lincoln Memorial but instead features Monticello, the classic design from the Jefferson nickel, you may be holding one of the rarest minting mistakes in U.S. coin history. The weight, the color, and even the faint details on the rim will tell you more than meets the eye. If you believe you found one, don't clean it, don't polish it, simply protect it. Have it examined by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, who can authenticate and certify its true value. Many collectors and dealers specialize in mint errors, and with the demand for rare Lincoln cents skyrocketing, now is the perfect time to get it verified. So, the next time you open that old coffee can, reach into that drawer, or count your change after a grocery run, remember, the next fortune might already be in your hands. Coins like the 1970 D. Monticello Lincoln penny remind us that history hides in plain sight, waiting for those who still believe in looking closer. Subscribe to Timeless Treasures, where we help you uncover the stories, secrets, and hidden wealth that have been resting quietly in your pocket all along. 1971. What if I told you that a simple 1971 penny, one that might be sitting in your dresser drawer or tucked away in a dusty jar, could quietly be worth thousands of dollars today? That's right, a coin most people would pass over without a second glance might actually be a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. This isn't a myth or some collector's tale, it's the story of the mysterious 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a small piece of copper that's now creating big waves among serious collectors and everyday folks alike. Picture this: a retired man from Ohio, sorting through his childhood coin collection one lazy afternoon, notices something peculiar. Among dozens of common Lincoln cents, one coin stands out. It's a 1971 penny, but there's something missing. No D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, just the date and Lincoln's quiet profile. He almost tossed it back, thinking it was nothing. But something told him to look twice. That tiny detail, the missing mint mark, turned out to be his golden ticket. When he had it appraised, he learned it was a genuine 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny from Philadelphia, in pristine condition. That discovery led to a payday worth thousands, and a newfound respect for the coins we often overlook. The 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is special because it represents one of those fascinating quirks in U.S. mint history. Most 1971 pennies were produced at the Denver or San Francisco mints, easily marked with a D or S. But a select number were struck in Philadelphia, where no mint mark was ever added. What makes certain pieces valuable is their exceptional condition, rare double-die errors on the obverse, and the way time has preserved their luster. Collectors prize these coins for their scarcity and the precision of their strike, and in today's coin market, pristine examples can sell for thousands of dollars, especially when certified by top grading companies. Countless people have already spent or given away their fortune without ever knowing it. How many 1971 pennies were handed over as change at a diner or dropped into a parking meter? How many rare gems disappeared back into circulation because someone thought, it's just a penny? Every time I hear those stories, it reminds me that history doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it jingles quietly in your pocket. So, next time you go through your change or open that old coin jar, pay attention. The date should read 1971, and there should be no mint mark beneath it. Examine Lincoln's image carefully. On rare error coins, you may see slight doubling in the word Liberty or the date. And if your coin still shines with that deep red-brown brilliance of uncirculated copper, you might be holding something truly special. If you believe you found one, don't leave it to chance. Have it authenticated and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Their certification not only confirms authenticity but can dramatically increase its value in the collector's market. That jar in your kitchen, that coffee tin in the garage, or even that old wallet tucked in a drawer, it could be holding more than just memories. It could be holding opportunity. Because sometimes, the smallest things from our past carry the biggest rewards. Keep your eyes open, your heart curious, and your coins close. You never know what treasures time has left behind. Subscribe to Timeless Treasures, where we help you discover the hidden history and wealth waiting right in your own home. 1971. What if a single penny from 1971, a coin you once handed to a cashier without a second thought, could now be worth thousands of dollars? Imagine that, the same copper coin you might have dropped in a jar decades ago, now holding the power to change someone's life. Well, that's exactly what's happening with the mysterious 1971 Lincoln penny, a coin that collectors across the country are searching for with passion and excitement. It all began quietly, during a time when America was finding its footing in a new era. The year was 1971, gas was cheap, music was real, and every penny still had a story to tell. In San Francisco, the U.S. Mint struck a special series of Lincoln pennies, each one marked with a small S just below the date, standing for the San Francisco Mint. These coins weren't made for everyday spending, they were proof strikes, crafted with care and mirror-like precision for collectors. But as history would have it, a few of these coins slipped into circulation, and that's where the legend begins. The 1971 Lincoln Penny is not just another cent. It's one of the most sought-after proof coins ever minted, and some of them, due to a unique error in the striking process or because of their exceptional condition, have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. The S mint mark beneath the date is your clue. This tiny detail represents one of the most meticulously crafted coins of its time, struck at a lower mintage with higher quality than standard circulation pennies. Collectors crave it for its sharp detail, rich copper luster, and, in rare cases, double-die varieties that can push its value into astonishing figures. Countless people have unknowingly spent these rare coins over the years, treating them as pocket change. Some were passed to children for candy, others dropped in parking meters or donation boxes, each one a tiny fortune lost to time. Don't let that be your story. Every day, collectors uncover pennies that were hiding in plain sight, tucked away in coffee cans, dresser drawers, or family jars untouched for generations. When you pick up a penny from 1971, turn it toward the light. If you see that elegant S mint mark below the date and the coin gleams with a mirror-like finish, you may be holding one of the original proof strikes from San Francisco. Look closely at Lincoln's profile and the words, "In God We Trust." If the lettering or portrait shows even a hint of doubling, you may have something truly extraordinary. And remember, the surface should have that deep, reflective shine only proof coins carry, a quality that never fades when properly kept. If you suspect your coin could be special, send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts can confirm its authenticity and condition, and if you're lucky, they'll hand you back a certified treasure that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So before you dismiss that old jar of pennies sitting in your kitchen or the box of coins your father once kept in the attic, take another look. That simple 1971 penny could be the piece of history you've been waiting for, a small reminder that even the tiniest things we overlook can hold remarkable value. Cherish those coins, because they connect us to our past and may just open the door to a brighter future. Subscribe to Timeless Treasures, where we help you discover history hiding in plain sight, one coin at a time.